Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm Rick Fussell and this is the Ingrain Workshop. In today's video, we're going to be doing a DIY project. We're going to be installing a new access keypad at our main gate. That's coming up next here at the Ingrain Workshop. Hey everyone, before we dive into today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Safeguard Metal Buildings. If you're in the market for a durable, customizable structure, listen up. Right now they're running an Easter sale with discounts of up to 20% off. Get exactly what you want with their 100% custom building experience. Whether you're working directly with their specialist or using the 3D design tool, you're in for a 100% custom building experience. With top-notch quality and durability, their US-made products speak for themselves. From strong galvanized steel tubing to certified engineering, their structures offer peace of mind. They offer hassle-free installation in just 2 to 4 weeks with free delivery and setup. Skip the middleman and work directly with their Texas-based team, currently serving most of Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas. So if you're in their service area, don't miss out on this Easter sale. Check them out and build with confidence. Request a quote online at safeguardbuildings.com or call toll-free at 855-857-5264. Thanks again to Safeguard Metal Buildings for sponsoring this video. So before you order or buy an access keypad, you need to know what megahertz your gate operators are operating at. My gate operators operate at 433 megahertz, so then I had to buy a compatible access keypad that also ran at 433 megahertz. So this one runs at 433 megahertz. There's a lot of them out there that work in the 333 megahertz range. So you just need to make sure that your gate operators, what megahertz range that they operate in, and then buy the appropriate access keypad. Now I will leave a link in the video description below to where you can pick up this particular Dolphin access keypad. And as I mentioned, it does operate at 433 megahertz. The keypad comes with a cover, a waterproof cover. So it's covered during the rain. You just lift it up to access the keypad, and then it operates off of a 9-volt battery. It's 100% wireless, so it sends the wireless RFD signal via 433 megahertz to the gate operator, and if someone programs in the code, it opens the gate, and then the gate closes automatically after a certain time. So today we're going to be installing the new gate operator. What I did is I have a gooseneck by our main gate as you come into our property. So what I've done is I went ahead and cut a piece of corian, my kitchen countertop material that I had some scrap, and I cut it 4 inches wide by 7 inches high, and this is what I'm going to mount to the actual gooseneck arm that's out by the main gate. I went ahead and pre-drilled 4 holes, and then I also countersank them, and then I've got these 5/16 of an inch stainless steel carriage bolts, which I'm going to use to mount this to the actual gooseneck arm out at the main gate. And then I'm going to take the actual gate operator and mount it to the corian, and then this whole unit will then mount on the gooseneck, and then you'll be able to pull up to the main gate, open up the keypad, put in the code, and the gate will open. So the first thing I need to do, the supervisor has informed me that the color gray was not what she wanted. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of options when you're buying these. So she wants the color to match the gate, which is also the same color as the goose arm out by the main gate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take this apart, take the keypad out, the motherboard out, and then you can take and paint it any color you like. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off the rain cover, and you got to be very careful here because this is just plastic, and just take your time taking it off. You don't want to break off one of the ears. And then I'm going to take the cover off where the 9-volt battery goes. And I did mention earlier that this was waterproof, or the cover was waterproof. It is not waterproof. It's just water resistant. It's just to keep the water off the keypad. The next thing I'm going to do is start taking off the 6 screws that hold the back panel to the front. And these are just small Phillips head screws that hold the back and the front piece together. Now with the 6 screws removed from the back, I'm just going to take the back apart from the front, and that will give me access to the keypad and will also give me access to what I call the motherboard or the circuit board. And you can see there the back is off, and now I'm going to take the circuit board off the front of the unit, and then you can see once I take the circuit board off, it will expose the keypad, and there's the keys on the circuit board. And then on the other side of the circuit board are your 10 dip switches. And that's something that we'll need to note for later on in the video. What you're going to have to do is take the dip switch locations on your gate operator, and whatever position those dip switches are in, we're going to have to set these dip switches to the same position so the two will communicate. Then the next thing I'm going to do is just remove the plastic keypad, which basically just slides over this center post, and that's pretty much the only thing holding it in place. And now with the circuit board and the keypad out of the unit, I can now prep the unit for paint. One thing to note here, I'm not going to be painting the inside of the unit, just the exterior, because that's all you're going to see. So the inside of the back and the inside of the front, where the keypad and the circuit board goes, that will remain gray, and I'm only going to paint the exterior of the unit. The supervisor tells me I'm colorblind, so I just take whatever paint she hands me, and that's what I paint it. So I think this was a textured type paint that she probably picked up at one of the big box stores, and it's more of a, rustic brown look, and that's the color of our gate and also the color of our four-rail fence that runs around the perimeter of our property. So as you can see here, I'm just taking some light coats. And again, I'm just coating the outside of the unit, of the back and the front, and then the rain cover. I'll paint both the inside and the outside of the rain cover, because you will see that once you flip up the rain cover. As far as the 9-volt battery cover, that I'll only paint the exterior of that. So before I install the circuit board back in the unit, I'm going to go ahead and set the dip switches. Now, I went out to my gate operator and just took a picture to see what position these switches are in, and they're either in the on or off position. So there's only 2 positions that each switch can be in. My particular unit has 10 dip switches, so I'm just going through making sure all dip switches 1 through 10 match the location of the gate operator. And once I got all the dip switches in the proper positions, now I'm going to take and install the circuit board back on the back of the unit. And as you can see here, I did not paint the back of the unit. I got some overspray on it, but not much. So again, it's just the reverse process. Actually, I'm going to take the front and put the rubber keypad back in the front, just like I took it off, just center it over the post. And then the keypad just drops in place. And as you can see by the front of the unit, you can see all the keys are in place. And then I'm going to flip it back over and then reinstall the circuit board. And I believe there's a hole in the circuit board that goes over that center post as well to sort of align the circuit board for you. And keep in mind the dip switches have been set. Those are the keypad buttons on the circuit board, and there's the hole for the center post. And once I've got that on there, now I can take the back and put the back onto the unit, and then take the 6 screws that we previously took out and reinstall those 6 screws to fasten the back to the front. Next, I'm going to take the unit. Now, before I install the 9-volt battery, the reason why I left it off is because there is a mounting hole in the 9-volt battery compartment. So I need to take the unit, put it on the Corian, and then kind of center it and line it up. And once I've got it centered and lined up on the Corian, then I can make some make some holes as far as the 2 mounting screws. So there's 2 mounting screws that will hold the access keypad to the Corian. So once I get it centered and level, then I'll take an awl and scratch out and mark those 2 mounting locations, and then I can pre-drill the Corian for the mounting screws. So before I mount the unit to the Corian, the first thing I need to do is install the 4 carriage bolts, because some of the carriage bolts might be behind the actual unit. So in order for me to get them in, I need to put the carriage bolts in first, and then once I get the carriage bolts in, then I can take and mount the unit to the actual Corian with the 2 mounting screws that came with the access keypad. And the last thing I'm going to do here is to reinstall the rain cover. And again, you just want to take your time, because this is hard plastic and it just simply snaps on. So you just need to be very careful when you reinstall the rain cover. But before I do that, I am going to install the 9-volt battery and then the 9-volt battery cover, and then I will install the rain cover, and that should complete the installation of the actual access keypad, and then we'll need to take it outside and mount it to our actual gooseneck post. Before we mount it outside, let's go ahead and program it. So the first thing you're going to do is hit the pound key twice and then type in the default code, which is 1234. Once you've done that, you can type in your new code followed by the number 1, which is channel number 1. I believe this transmitter has up to 10 different channels if you've got the same transmitter opening up different things, but I only have 1, so I'm only programming 1 channel. So now it's time to install the Corian to the actual gooseneck. I went ahead and with the carriage bolts inserted, went ahead and inserted those through the holes on the gooseneck. Now as you can see, I've left the rain cover off the unit until I get it completely installed. So now I've just got some washers and nuts that I'm going to thread on the back of these carriage bolts, and that will securely fasten the entire unit, Corian and the access keypad, to the gooseneck itself. So now for the moment of truth, let's try it out and see if this thing will actually open the gate the way it's supposed to. And voila, there you have it. The gate opens and the supervisor will be happy. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. I really hope this video helps you out. 2 key points to keep in mind is that when you do purchase the wireless keypad transmitter, that you do know what megahertz or what radio frequency that your garage door opener operator or your gate operator is operating at. You have to know what the megahertz or radio frequency is so you can buy the same transmitter. You also need to make note of your dip switch. If your gate or garage door operator uses dip switches, you'll need to note the dip switch locations on the actual operator and then match that with the transmitter. If you're new to the channel and you like DIY and woodworking projects, then I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button. It's free and painless, and I'd also ask that you click on that bell icon. That way you'll be notified of all our upcoming videos. To all our existing subscribers, I really appreciate all the support you've given this channel. I'm Rick with the Ingrain Workshop. Until next time, have a wonderful day and God bless.